Good afternoon, everyone. So, will you please open your camera? Okay, thank you. So, before we start, let's bow our head and feel the presence of God. Amen. Good afternoon again, my dear grade 5 student. So, how are you today? Okay, it's nice to hear you. Okay, now I will introduce myself first to you. So, I am Patricia May M. Julius, your teacher in Mathematics Grade 5. You can also call me Teacher Pat for short. Okay, now let's have an attendance first. So, when I call a group, please put a heart emoji in our Google Meet chat box. Okay? So, for the group 1, put a red heart emoji. And for the group 2, put a green heart emoji. So, did you understand, class? Okay, very good. First, may I call the group 1? Very good. And how about group 2? Very good. Okay, we have a perfect attendance, so give yourself a round of applause. Okay, class, let's review. Who can still remember about the lesson last time? I have some questions here for you. Okay, number 1, what is our lesson last time? Okay, very good. So our lesson last time is all about interpreting data presented in a different kinds of a line graph, single to double line. Okay, number 2, what are the 5 parts of a line graph that must be present for the graph to be complete? Okay, very good. The 5 parts of a line graph that must be present for the graph to be complete are title, scale, labels, points, and line. Okay, now, before we begin to our next lesson for today, we have a game. Do you want a game, my dear grade 5 students? Okay, very good. But before that, we have the classroom rules. So, our classroom rules are listen, participate, sit properly, keep the camera open, don't unmute your mic if not necessary, raise your hand if you want to say something, and take down notes. Okay, now let's proceed to our game. The title of our game is Guess the Picture. So, are you ready, my dear grade 5 students? Okay, so let's begin. The mechanics of our games are I will show you a picture and you will guess if line graph, numbers, operation, or solution. Next, put a correct emoji in our Google Meet chat box. Next, everyone will be able to answer. So, if you see a picture of a line graph, put a heart emoji. And if you see a picture of a numbers, put happy emoji. And if you see a picture of operations, put a sad emoji. And last, if you see a picture of solution, put a cry emoji. Did you understand, class? Okay, let's start. What is the emoji of this? Okay, very good. The emoji of this is happy because it is a picture of a numbers. How about this? Okay, very good. The emoji of this is sad because it is operation. And how about this? Very good again. It is a picture of a line graph. So, it is a heart emoji. And last, what's the emoji of this? Okay, very good. It is a cry emoji because it is a picture of solution. Okay, now let's proceed to our new topic for today. So our topic for today is solving routine and non-routine problems using a data presented in a line graph. But first, what is a line graph? So when we say a line graph, it is used to display information which changes over time. It is plotted on a graph as a series of points joined with straight lines. Also, a line graph can be used to show how something changes that was collected in a short time period. In solving data using a data presented in a line graph, we have solving routine and non-routine problem. Okay, let's talk about routine problem. It is follow standard procedure in solving word problem. In a solving routine problem, remember to do the following. First is understand the problem. Understand the problem, make sure that you understand the word used and the problem is clear to you. Determine what is given and what is asked. You should have all the information that you need to solve the problem. And second is make a plan. Make a plan, you can use different strategies and tools in solving problems. You can draw figures, diagrams, and illustration. You can use tables in a presentation. You can guess and test when needed. Check if your plan will help you to obtain the answer to the problem. You need to identify the operation to use and what number sentence is needed. And third is carry out the plan. Answer the number sentence by showing your solution to get your answer. And lastly is look back. You need to check if your answer is correct that satisfies the condition of the problem. Okay, here the example of routine problems. We have here a line graph showing Mr. Sanchez sales from January to June and sales in peso from 10,000 to 40,000 pesos. Use the data in a line graph to answer the following question. Use the Agonza method. But first, what is Agonza? The Agonza meaning is A is asked, G is given, O is operation, N is number of a sentence, S is solution, A is answer. Okay, let's back again to the example of routine problems about the Mr. Sanchez monthly sales. Okay, number 1, find the total sales for the first 3 consecutive months. So what is asked? The total sales for the first 3 consecutive months. What is given? The given is January is 25,000 sales, February is 20,000 sales, March is 35,000 sales. What operation will be used? Okay, the operation will be used is addition. What is number of sentence? So the number of sentence is 25,000 plus 20,000 plus 35,000 is equal N. What is the solution? So the solution is 25,000 plus 20,000 plus 35,000 is equal to 80,000. What is the answer? The total sales for the first 3 consecutive months is 80,000. Here the another example about the routine problems. Number 2, what is the differences between the highest and lowest sale? So what is asked? Difference between the highest and lowest sales. What is given? Highest sales is 40,000 sales. Lowest sales is 20,000 sales. What operation will be used? Okay, the operation will be used is subtraction. What is the number sentence? So the number sentence is 40,000 minus 20,000 is equal to N. What is the solution? 40,000 minus 20,000 is equal 20,000. What is the answer? The answer, the difference between the highest and lowest is 20,000 pesos. Okay, now let's proceed to the non-routine problem. So when we say non-routine problem, it can be solved even without following step or procedure. So we have here a line graph showing Kiana's monthly deposit from September to February. So in non-routine problem, answer the following question. Number 1, when was the smallest amount of deposit made by Kiana? So the answer, the smallest amount of deposit made by Kiana is October. Number 2, what is the smallest amount she deposited? So the answer, the smallest amount she deposited is 400 pesos. Number 3, what the greatest amount she deposited? The answer, the greatest amount she deposited is 1,500 pesos. Number 4, on which months were the earnings above 600 pesos and below 400 pesos? The answer, the months where the earning above 600 pesos are February, November, and December. And below 400 are September, January, and October. Number 5, what is her total deposit for 6 months? So the answer, her total deposit for 6 months is 4,200 pesos. Okay, remember? So when we say routine problem, it is follow standard procedure in a solving word problem and use the Agonza method, while non-routine problem can be solved even without following step or procedure. Okay, did you understand, class? Okay, very good. If you have any clarification from our topic for this day, don't hesitate to chat me. Okay? Thank you for listening. I hope you've learned a lot from me.